In our culture today, really good men are going away.
There are a lot of guys out there that are just dying on the vine and they've quit.
It's work and it's kids and it's family and it's the stresses of in-laws.
Our social networks are losing density.
There's not a very large universe of people that most of us are comfortable asking the tough questions.
In a mentoring relationship, somebody knows me, they know the particulars, they know my struggles, they know my tensions, they know my issues, they know my stage of life.
Where do you get an older guy that you look up to and respect to sit down with you for 3 hours a month?
Well, when I first heard about being a mentor, it was the last thing I wanted to do. You know, I've got a family, I got enough things to do. I didn't need that, got a business to run. So I was really reluctant to do it.
One of the reasons I think men especially resist the idea of mentoring is we feel like we need to know everything there is to know about something before we can say anything about anything.
I thought as a mentor that I had to come in there and I had to give them these great words of wisdom. You know, I'm rewriting Proverbs here, okay?
You know, I'm not looking for someone with incredible intelligence or theological background. I'm looking for a guy that's just honest and is basically showing me the way for the next set of life, you know, that I'm about to approach.
I just have to tell them what my experience is.
More than anything, that mentor just showed up.
What I thought in many cases was mundane actually turned out to be incredibly interesting and valuable to these guys.
One of the things that I think that we're doing with this next generation mentoring is providing a track to run on.
We got a complete agenda of what was going to be, what should be covered almost within 10-minute segments, and what questions should be asked and what the objective of each section was.
They don't have to come up with anything brand new. They don't have to ask themselves, you know, 20 new questions. That a lot of the format in the railroad track, so to speak, has been laid for them to put their story on.
The books and the scriptures that they memorize all correlate with sort of that track.
It was really pretty easy to do.
What we're looking to do is bring a group of guys together so that they can form the bonds that we all need as men, and at the same time develop a relationship with somebody that's a step or two down the road.
At some point you have to come to the realization that the real leverage in your life going forward and the real value that you bring to the table is to help somebody.
There are things that you know that if you could go back and tell yourself 20 years ago, you would love to be able to go back in time and do that.
And I think it's actually in the part of a lot of men to say, I would really like to pass this along to somebody else.
But they do have to come to that point in life where they say, you know, I have a lot of experience and I can use it in a one-on-one or I can use it in a many-on-one and actually create disciples, if you will, to go out there.
That's the power of mentoring, is to watch people who are walking the path that you've completed and to be able to speak into their lives in a way that you wish someone else had.
This idea of getting 8 men in a circle on a regular basis, this has been the thing that's been life-changing to me. When we are mentoring in community, there's multiple voices, there's multiple gifts, there's multiple perspectives, and I feel like my role is simply facilitating it.
And I felt tired going in, but I felt like I couldn't go to sleep when I got home because it was so energizing just to see how these men lit up, you know, during these discussions and how much they would learn not only from me, but really from each other.
I feel like this is something that I know for me I want to do for the rest of my life.